So you're thinking about moving to Charlotte because you've heard it's affordable and laid back. Well, here's the thing. That old version of Charlotte doesn't really exist anymore. But what's happening now is way more exciting. We've got 40+ breweries stacked along South Boulevard, live music pouring out of food halls in Noda, Panthers fans flooding Uptown on game day, families rafting at the Whitewater Center, and yes, people still fighting over which barbecue joint actually wins. But if you're moving here, you've got to know how the city is changing, because it's easy to land in the wrong spot if you don't. That's why you found this video. I'm about to show you the real Charlotte, the neighborhoods that feel completely different, the projects nobody's talking about yet, and one big shift that could change how people choose where to live. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. If you're watching this, you're probably not just casually curious about Charlotte. You're seriously weighing what life here could look like for you. And let's be real, scrolling blogs and top 10 reasons to move list only get you so far. What you really want to know is, what's my daily life gonna feel like? What's my commute? Where's my Saturday hangout? And that's why we're here, because Charlotte isn't just adding houses and shopping centers. It's reinventing itself in ways that change where people go, how they spend their time, and what neighborhoods are worth planting roots in. And the best place to start is with how Charlotte itself is being rebuilt. Not just another row of apartments in South End or a shiny shopping plaza in Ballantyne. I'm talking about projects big enough to flip how the city actually works. Charlotte isn't just growing, it's stitching itself together. Take the Queensbridge Collective. This project is massive. It's linking South End to Uptown with a walkable live, work, play corridor. Wrap up work uptown, hop on the rail trail, and 10 minutes later, you're at Atherton Mill grabbing dinner with live music in the background and green space all around. That's a big deal. For years, growth was scattered. South End with breweries, Uptown with office towers, but they didn't connect. Now, projects like Queensbridge are putting it all together into one seamless city where you can live, work, and play without spending hours in traffic. And this isn't just convenient, it's identity. Charlotte used to be the banking city, buttoned up and all about jobs. Now, art, food, music, and walkability are defining daily life. On weekends, people are biking the rail trail, brunching in South End, or catching a ball game at Truist Field. And if you're moving here, you're not just choosing a house, you're choosing a lifestyle. And if you don't know which areas are being reshaped by projects like this, you could miss the very neighborhoods defining Charlotte's future. Quick pause. If you're even thinking about making a move to Charlotte, my real estate team is here to help. We know these neighborhoods inside and out, and we'll guide you to the spots that actually fit your lifestyle. You'll find all our info linked right below in the description. But here's the kicker. When a city transforms like this, it doesn't just change how you spend your weekends. It changes the value of where you live. Charlotte's housing market is in the middle of its own shakeup. Prices are shifting, investors are circling, and some neighborhoods that feel affordable today might not stay that way for long. Charlotte transformation isn't just about new projects, it's about personality. For years, the city had this buttoned up corporate reputation. Banking towers uptown, quiet suburbs, everyone in and out for work. But now, Charlotte's finally got a pulse. Plaza Midwood has that funky, artsy edge. Murals along Central Avenue, neighbors grabbing coffee at Common Market, and older bungalows tucked between buzzing bars. Noda is Charlotte's creative heartbeat. Live music at the Evening Muse, breweries like Heist, and art galleries you stumble into on a Friday night. South End, it's buzzing with young professionals. Rooftop patios, converted lofts, and the rail trail packed with people walking to Sycamore Brewing. Citywide, events like Festival in the Park or Open Streets bring people together in a way that didn't happen here 10 years ago. And this isn't just for show, it's lifestyle. Millennials chase nightlife and walkability. Gen X families want balance, and even empty nesters are choosing where to live, where it all happens. Charlotte was once a 9-to-5 ghost town. Now, weekends feel like South End never sleeps. If you're relocating, this is what you need to know. Charlotte isn't just a place to live, it's a culture you plug into. So quick question for you. Which neighborhood fits your vibe the most? Plaza Midwood with its funky murals and coffee shops, Noda with the live music and breweries, or South End with the rail trail and rooftop patios? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And here's the kicker. When a city finds its identity, demand follows. These cultural hotspots, they're driving housing prices, neighborhood growth, and even which areas turn into the next big thing. Charlotte's housing market is shifting right along with the city itself. And if you don't know how, you'll feel it in your wallet. Median home prices are hovering around the mid 400s, up roughly 4% year over year. Rents average around $1,700 for a one-bedroom. Institutional investors are targeting hot areas, which means every day buyers are competing harder for the homes that check the boxes. Updated kitchens, strong schools, and short commutes. And here's the truth, Charlotte isn't one big housing market. It's a patchwork of micro markets, and where you land completely shapes your daily life. South End is modern, condos, and walkability. Grab coffee downstairs and be on the rail trail before work. Ballantyne leans suburban. Bigger homes, bigger yards, weekends full of backyard cookouts and kids soccer. Plaza Midwood is older bungalows with character where you can walk to breweries on Central Avenue and catch live music a few blocks away. But timing matters. Starting your search early gives you an edge, especially as new construction ramps up along the light rail while suburbs fill with larger single-family homes. Housing tells part of the story, but what really defines your move is the life wrapped around it. Your commute, your schools, your coffee spots, and your weekends. Charlotte isn't just adding people, it's adding layers of culture. Plaza Midwood and Noda aren't just creative hangouts anymore. They're cultural crossroads. Global restaurants, art spaces mixed with breweries, and crowds that feel like lifetime locals mixing with newcomers from everywhere. Walk North Davidson on a Friday night and you'll hear 3 languages before you hit the next taco spot or brewery patio. South End, flip from warehouses to condos, co-working spaces, and rooftop bars. Atherton Mill is buzzing with shops and restaurants, and the light rail makes it easy to commute uptown without sitting in traffic. Even suburbs like Matthews and Indian Trail are shifting. Family-friendly streets now have Latin bakeries, Asian grocery stores, and weekend events at Uptown Park that bring everyone together. Charlotte's neighborhoods aren't static. They're alive, evolving with every wave of people moving in. If you're relocating, you're not just picking a house, you're picking a slice of culture that fits your rhythm. So, what's life in Charlotte really like once you're here? Well, a lot depends on where you land. If you're near the light rail, South End, University, Pineville, you can ride straight into Uptown without battling traffic. You live farther out in Ballantyne or Huntersville, and you'll get more space and bigger homes, but you're also dealing with I-77 at rush hour. Families often choose Matthews, Ballantyne, or Weddington for the schools, while young professionals stick to South End, Plaza Midwood, or Dilworth for walkability and nightlife. Now, quick note, always check official district sites when you're researching schools. Charlotte's climate gives you 4 real seasons. We have mild winters, hot summers, and long stretches of spring and fall that keep people outside. Weekends can mean rafting at the Whitewater Center, boating on Lake Norman, or Hornets games uptown. And yes, locals joke about pollen turning cars yellow every spring. The bottom line, Charlotte scales with your lifestyle. You want energy? Well, Uptown or South End is where you want to be. You want balance? Then it's the suburbs. Want culture and walkability? Plaza Midwood or Noda deliver. Now, quick pause. If you're watching because you're thinking about a move, that's where my real estate team comes in. We live this lifestyle every day, and we'll help you figure out which neighborhood fits yours. Our info's linked right below in the description. Here's what nobody really warned you about when you're moving to Charlotte. The little quirks you only notice once you're here. Humidity is no joke. Winters are easy, sure, but step outside in July and it feels like the air sticks to you. The payoff is long spring and fall seasons, which is why patios in Noda stay packed and Lake Norman buzzes almost year round. Traffic is the next reality check. I-77 during rush hour will definitely test your patience, but the light rail already saves time for South End and University, and with the planned extension toward Ballantyne is set to change commutes and bump property values along the line. Curveballs, mosquitoes in summer, pollen in spring, and yes, Bank of America Stadium upgrades mean Uptown is doubling down on concerts and big events, not just football. And on the social side, Charlotte plays both big city and small town. It's easy to meet people, but finding your crew takes time. The upside, with so many newcomers, you're never the only one starting fresh. Here's the bottom line. These details don't scare people off. They're what make life here feel real. From Charlotte's urban makeover and housing market shifts to cultural growth, neighborhood evolution, and even the quirks that locals joke about, you've now got the real picture of what life here feels like. If you're planning a move, my real estate team is here to help. Call, text, or email us anytime. We're in these neighborhoods every day, and we'll help you figure out which one actually fits your lifestyle. All of our info is linked below in the description. And if you want to keep digging deeper, check out the playlist that we've put together. It's packed with more on Charlotte's neighborhoods, housing, and everything you need to know before relocating. I appreciate you watching all the way through, and we'll catch you in the next video.